Welcome to Moneypig Trading. Thank you for support and growing this community together. So in this video, we just want to quickly walk through what should we expect in day trading. So at the beginning of the day, we'll provide some technical charts levels for SPY, like this one. So we can know like at the opening, what kind of SPY level we should expect today, or if that day is particularly a VIX or VXS driven market, we'll provide that levels over here as well. So also we'll provide some pre-market planning for day trading members. So basically we'll tell you like what are the movers that are moving and or we think we should trade. And some of them like having some news coming out or earnings that they move a lot in the pre-market. But if the model does suggest that those names probably won't move that much during the regular trading hours, I'll provide here, so we probably won't trade them in option trading. For the ones that we're expecting some move, I'll put some charts here. Then at the beginning of the trading session, usually we'll throw those trades right away. So sometimes I will provide like the action item if there's no live trading on Zoom that day. We'll try to provide some Zoom live trading at the beginning of the each market opened, or sometimes on Friday. But it's not a hard promise yet. I will try to provide some more live trading sessions. But if not, yeah, I'll try to provide some rules like what are the overnight position we should close or not close, like what kind of trade we should expect in this case. So we do notice Zoom, ADP, and FSLR, LR, they did move a lot in that particular day in pre-market. So, and also I mentioned MasterCard can be a good put opportunity after the bad earning. So at the beginning of the market opening, we'll try to focus on those trades. In this case, I do alert the FSLR, October 30th, 100 calls. But usually at the beginning of this market, unless it's news driven, sometimes especially like in September 2020 and October 2020, the market was very choppy. So those opening names often don't have follow through. Today's October 30th, 2020. So in the past 2 weeks, oftentimes right at the gate, trades didn't have follow through. The success rate is pretty low. It's probably around 33 to 50%, depends on the day. But however, when the market had really clear direction, when I started to do live trading on Twitter in July and August 2020, those opening trades like 70-80% had follow through, and a couple times make like 2,000%. But when the market again is choppy, like September, October, that opening then would just be 50-50. So please be mindful for the size for these opening trades. I particularly will try to type the tiny size or small size. But if you do have question about the sizing, please go to the Welcomes and Rules channel. You will see number 8 is sizing, and provide very detailed writing about sizing. And if you have different, account size, what kind of sizing you should do for your account, what it means by tiny, small, medium, and full for each account category, and for that particular option contract price range. Yeah, so again, when the opening trade, don't throw too much. Like if you only have like $1,000 or $2,000 account, make sure you don't spend like $1,000 for just that one single trade. For that size of account, ideally you should at most put one trade, one contract. Yeah, then this is the opening trade. The other thing about the opening trades, we'll take profits gradually. So instead of waiting for the target to hit, we take like 100% or like 100% of the position off. Well, we usually take it gradually, especially when the market is very choppy. If we don't take it gradually, oftentimes that winning trade will quickly become a losing trade, because the individual name, probably the price just won't hold up or in our favor. So yeah, just oftentimes this opening name we have to take the profits really quickly. At least like a quarter of it, half of it, just take it off really quickly. The other thing I was going to mention was that's the opening trade. And then in the next 15, 30 minutes after market open, we'll have higher confidence about, what are the market trends, etc. So in that time, usually we'll alert a few more positions or alerts that we should trade, we should consider to trade. And also for those opening trades, if they're successful, usually we'll roll over to a cheaper contract, so we don't have to hold that much money for opening trades. In the hope that we don't carry that much, like money in the opening position to reduce risks. This kind of rolling strategy is particularly important for a choppy market because we don't want to hold, this big chunk of, money, big size of position in this choppy market, because that can just kill the call or put options, both sides, very quickly. The other very important aspect of day trading is you should set a goal, like what you try to achieve, right? Let's say you're trading with $2,000 account. Your goal is to earn $200 every day. Then what you should do is set that $200 limit as your rule. And once you hit $200, stop trading, because oftentimes in intraday, let's say the market opened at 9:30 a.m. Eastern time. So around, I would say around 10:30, 11, that's the time you start to enter, intraday. Unless that day has a very, strong trend like to the up or downside. Otherwise that day, we'll probably won't have a lot of follow through. Then the best time to make money is the opening trade. Like, the first 30 minutes to 60 minutes is most of the momentum trading opportunity coming out. For intraday, really not much you can do unless there's some, particular individual names that have some follow through or news coming out, or that market again just have a very clear trend that day. We have a lot of follow through. Otherwise, that intraday just, we call it money give back time, right? So if you hit your rules, like, okay, you just want to earn $200 a day, stop trading. Like, you don't have to follow, be here all the time. I mean, we have to keep sending out alerts all the time, and watch the market. But if you just, meet your goal, $200, $500 a day, like, just stop trading. Walk through, go walk your dogs, go do exercise, whatever. Just leave your computer, you get your goal. That's good. And then again, after the market open, we enter the intraday stage. Usually that's, like here, that particular day, October 29th, 28th as example, you can see the opening was super busy. We sent out a bunch of alerts. And then after the first hour, this is Pacific time, so plus 3 hours Eastern, US Eastern time. So this is actually 10:36 a.m. You can see like we started to slow down, right? And then we don't really send that much alert in the intraday unless we see good opportunity. Like this one, Tiffany, near agreement with the acquisition with LV. Then we might send out some alerts like be ready to close for some existing positions. And then after the intraday is the power hour. Usually it's the one last hour of the market. That will be 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern time. Here it will be displayed as 12 p.m. because it's Pacific time again, so 12 to 1 p.m. You can see, intraday is not that busy. This October 29th is particularly busy because it's a choppy day. So for choppy day, we just have to keep scoping here and there. So we'll result a lot of alerts in that case. But yeah, you can see the intraday was not that busy, didn't really send much. Usually those are time I will send out more like, market open interest with flows. I will just run a bunch of models to help us form some trading decisions in the next day or in the power hour. And you can see in the power hour start to be active again, trying to find some trading opportunities. Then before market close, we'll try to provide some date sheet updates about like what we should hold overnight. If I don't have enough time, I'll try to provide some writings here. If you do have questions, be sure to ask in the day trading question channel. The other unique type of day trading happened on Friday. We call it Lotto Friday. So Lotto Friday is always very, very busy. because a lot of weekly contract expire that particular Friday. So that will make a lot of contract really cheap, and oftentimes we can see some movements with those cheap option contract. We can just make thousands of percent. Like this is a lot of Friday on October 23rd. We can see in there was a 1000% on Snowflake. Yeah, it's right here. Um, yeah, over here. We made it in the power hour. So in Lotto Friday, it will always be super busy. So if you're trying to ask some questions at market opening, unfortunately, I won't be able to answer because just too many trades. And the market, just so many things to watch. I have to listen to the news, look at so many charts, like hundreds of them. I have like 6 screens in front of me, 2 TV, 4 like 15 inches monitors, and of course in my laptop. So yeah, just extremely busy. I might not be able to answer your questions. Not like I'm trying to ignore you. I'll try to respond as soon as possible. But yeah, just not be able to respond that quickly, especially on a Friday. So on Friday, usually we'll just throw out a lot of trades at the beginning. They may or may not work. Um, but yeah, just a lot of Friday. Usually the winning rate for that particular day will be relatively lower compared to Monday to Thursday because of the number of trades that we send out. But the goal of a lot of Friday is to get multiple 100% winners. So yeah, that's basically what Lotto Friday is. So the tip for Lotto Friday is don't overtrade. So I know it's really hard not to overtrade in Lotto Friday because we send out so much alerts and there are just so many trading opportunities. The piece of advice is usually what I do and what I recommend to do is to have a separate account for Lotto Friday, and to have a cash account, small one. It's okay to be less than $25,000. So since it's a cash account, you don't have pattern day trading limitations. So you can have unlimited trade. And having a cash account can also limit your buying power without margins so that you don't overtrade. Usually my goal is like, okay, today, if Lotto Friday, I want to make $1,000, just random example, and I put $3,000 cash. So I will try to dispatch the trading power into maybe 1,500 at opening, 500 for intraday, $1,000 for the power hour. So again, if you have a 3,000 account, I will put 1.5K at opening, 5.5K for intraday, and 1,000 for power hour, because a lot of power hours we can have a couple 100% hit on SPY, SPX, or just some individual names that have the last power hour surge. So make sure you always have bullets at the end of the Lotto Friday so we can take advantage of that power hour. If I do run some model and suggest that much power hour move, I will also send out a notification so we don't have to wait until the market close. I will still be in front of the computer and watch the market, but yeah, you can actually just leave. That's Lotto Friday. So again, as the other day, 2 regular trading days. If your goal just to earn $500 in this particular case in Lotto Friday, I highly recommend. Once you reach your goal, just stop trading. Like don't try to throw even more Lotto, because oftentimes when you reach your goal, let's say $500 at opening, like the other regular days, the intraday is really hard to make significant amount of money. Usually for Lotto Friday, like the same regular days, for intraday we'll also reduce sizing. So for example, for at the opening for lottos, maybe we'll throw 4 contracts called small size. If you're a small account, you should only put 1 contract. And then for intraday, usually I might just put like 2 contract for small size. And for small account, maybe don't even trade intraday for a lot of Friday, because the chance of success is very low, especially a lot of this same day expiration contracts, their option premium will start to drop around 11 a.m. Eastern time. So that's one of the reasons the intraday will just have a low chance of success. However, the premium will start to drop from 11 a.m. Eastern time all the way to um, about 2:30 p.m. 3 p.m. Eastern time, right before the power hour. It will just keep dropping, especially between 2:30 to 3 p.m. Eastern time. That's the time that the premium will drop the most, and that's why the power hour contracts in the Lotto Friday are so cheap, and that's the time we can make a lot of 100% in power hour trading. The other thing I was going to mention is during the Lotto Friday, don't look at the P and L that closely for particular contracts. What I mean is, yes, you have to look at them really closely. Take profit, move the stop to entry really quickly for each lottos. Don't wait for 100%, especially at opening, take like 50% off really quickly. Just any money, green, take it, take it, take it. But what I mean by not looking at the P&L too closely is because it's a lot of no stop limit, right? And there's just so many times I've seen names like Boeing, Zoom, those high beta tech names would buy like less than 50 cents per contract options. At some point become worthless, like 10 cents per contract during the day. In power hour, there's a big surge, and that contract all of a sudden just become $1, $2, $3. So this is what I mean by don't look at them too closely. When you put that lotto trade, make sure in your mind you are going to lose 100%. Be ready for that. So that's why the sizing is so important. Don't over trade and don't put too large of size. And if it dropped almost to worthless, most of the time don't try to stop unless your account is very small. In that case, yeah, maybe you can set a stop limit. But most of the time, if it is like red trade, like don't worry about it. Like maybe you'll jump back. Look at the chart. If the chart is holding up, very likely or possibly will jump back. Of course, like if the chart is apparently not holding up in our favor, yeah, that's the time maybe we should just close the lotto. But other than that, if the chart is holding in our favor, the lotto seems to become or close to be worthless, I will still hold them. Just in case there's a sudden surge, news come out, etc., and that contract just become like several dollars and get a couple 100%. Yeah, that's Lotto Friday and day trading. What you should expect. There's no presentation. Just want to make this quick video. Just make sure you communicate through this. Hopefully it helps. If any questions, be sure to let me know, and I'll try to respond as soon as possible. And yeah, thank you for listening. Have a good day.